beings. It's been a while since I've shared anything with you. But during this time, I've been observing the society we live in and pondering the question, what causes suffering? Let's delve into this concept and explore it together. We all know that we can't please everyone or be part of everyone's story. But what about those individuals who leave us without any explanation? Moving on from breakups is not always tough, but experiencing a heartbreak is a different story altogether. The pain is incomparable. Breakups occur through mutual understandings, an agreement to exit a relationship without any strings attached or unresolved issues. Then there's heartbreak, where someone who once showed you a beautiful dream suddenly shatters it without any explanation. Can you imagine the ache of leaving someone who once considered you the center of their universe? Unfortunately, this type of suffering has become all too common these days. But what causes it? Why do people leave without any reason? For me, this falls under the category of suffering. Another type of suffering is experienced at work when there is a breakdown in understanding between you and your boss. How does this happen? Apart from these common struggles in our society, there are countless other instances, such as marriage problems, misunderstandings with teachers in college, conflicts with employers, or even misunderstandings among the people around you. The individuals who have gone through these experiences may have a clear understanding of what, how, where, and when these situations occurred. But the real question remains, why did they happen? Why did these occurrences take place? In my quest for answer, I delved into various psychological books and came across something called confirmation bias. I also discovered its connection to the modern day media. Let's explore this further. When we consume or see something, it creates a programming in our brains. We begin to believe that this is how we should think, feel, and interpret particular experiences according to our own perspectives. This self-obsessed way of viewing the world around us is the primary reason for establishing false experiences within our minds. This is what pre-programming is all about. Consuming certain data feeds an experience to our brains, creating a thinking pattern that becomes a habit, often without us even realizing it. It's important to remember that everything in our brains is a memory and an experience. Our one experience connects to the next and has the power to shape our perceptions and the way we see the present moment. So, as we navigate through life's sufferings, let's keep questioning why and be aware of the influence that confirmation bias and pre-programming can have on our minds. Let's strive to have a clear and unbiased understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes have a strong opinion about something without even realizing why? It could be because of a psychological phenomenon called confirmation bias, which is closely tied to the influence of modern day mass media. Let me break it down for you. When we consume or see something, it creates a programming in our brains. This programming shapes our thoughts, emotions, and how we interpret experiences through our own lens. This self-obsessed way of viewing the world can lead to false perceptions and what we call pre-programming. Essentially, our brains become accustomed to certain way of thinking without us even realizing it. Our brains are like powerful memory banks, storing every experience we have. Each experience connects to the next, forming our overall perception of reality. This is where confirmation bias comes into play. When we watch a movie, for example, we often align our thinking pattern with that of the protagonist. This adds to our memory bank and influences how we judge the reality we experience. The problem lies in the fact that our brains constantly compare our present reality to our past experiences. This can lead us to perceive the present moment through the lens of the past, creating confirmation bias. We may develop an illusion that we know everything and become overly confident in our judgments. In the book You Are Not So Smart, author David McRaney beautifully explains this concept. When we make decisions without fully understanding or acknowledging the present moment, we rely on pre-fed experiences stored in our brains. Essentially, we become fooled by our own brains, creating an illusion of confirmation bias. We start judging our current job, the people around us, and even our perception of reality based on the internal dialogue influenced by past experiences. But here's the thing, your mind and your brain are not the same. Your mind is like a field in which your brain operates, using past experiences, conversations, and external influences to shape your thoughts. It's important to remember that you are not your mind. You are greater than the physical body you inhabit. And the name you carry is just an illusion. In the grand scheme of things, everything is connected. We are part of a collective consciousness where individual experiences shape our understanding of the world. By recognizing and understanding confirmation bias, we can begin to challenge our preconceived notions and open ourselves up to new perspectives, ultimately expanding our consciousness. Have you ever experienced a situation where a simple misunderstanding led to breakup and suffering? Let me give you an example. Imagine a friend of mine who was dating a beautiful and loyal girl for a year. They had a strong relationship based on mutual understanding and togetherness. But one day, she said something that he misinterpreted as controlling, causing him to leave her with a heartbreak. He ignored her, avoided her, even spoke rudely to her while she cried in heartbreak. She desperately asked him for a reason, but he remained silent. Why? Because he didn't want to tell her that he believed she was controlling or influenced by bad parenting. However, the truth was, she was not. This misunderstanding was due to confirmation bias. He had convinced himself that she fit a certain character profile, causing him to feel hurt. But was it really him or his mind responsible for this? Let's explore this further. The content he consumed, such as movies and media, had influenced his way of thinking. So, while she was crying and experiencing true heartbreak, he saw himself as a victim of betrayal. However, she had not cheated or left him. Instead, she did something unexpected. Influenced by a movie he had seen years ago, he had formed a perception that protecting his self-respect meant leaving her. This confirmation bias led him to leave her in a hurtful way, leaving her confused and constantly seeking a reason for his actions. Meanwhile, he had already moved on, accepting and knowing the reason himself. This is the power of confirmation bias. It causes suffering. The movies we watch feed experiences to our minds, adding to our existing memories. However, our minds often use these experiences in situations where they don't apply. The mind can play tricks on us without us even realizing. But now, no, you know better. Remember, your mind is not you. You are greater than your mind. Take a moment to close your eyes and observe what's going on in your mind. Notice the thoughts, but don't react or act upon them. The mind is like a chattering box, constantly fluctuating and not strong enough to remain focused. By observing your thoughts with detachment, your mind will become silent. This detachment will help you grow spiritually. If you are interested in learning more, comment below with a yes for additional videos on this topic. Till then, thank you and have a great day.